So almost every expat in France feels anxious about learning French at some point. You worry about making mistakes, people judging you, or just not finding the right words when you need them. The truth is, this kind of anxiety, it's normal, but there are proven ways to manage it so it doesn't prevent you from learning and making progress. The first thing to remember is to reframe your mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. They're part of how the brain learns. Psychologists have a term for this. It's called error-driven learning. So every slip gives your brain feedback and helps it to adjust. And it's important to remember, of course, that most people listening to you, they're not waiting to criticize you. They usually appreciate the effort you're making to learn their language. And so if you can see your mistakes as stepping stones rather than personal failings, the fear of them starts to drop away. Our second tip is to start small. So don't expect to be able to debate politics in French straight away. Begin with short, safe exchanges, ordering a baguette or a coffee, saying bonjour to a neighbor, asking a simple question at the pharmacy. These kind of micro successes train your brain to associate French with positive outcomes rather than with stress. Our third tip is to use the pause. When your mind goes blank, resist the urge to panic. Just pause, take a deep breath. It's normal, even in your native language. I'm sure your mind goes blank sometimes. And to you, this pause might feel like an eternity, but to others, it's hardly noticeable. And that short pause will buy your brain time to retrieve the right word and keep the conversation flowing. Tip number 4, exposure, exposure, exposure. It really lowers anxiety over time. So the more you face up to a situation that you're afraid of, the weaker your anxiety gets. Psychologists, of course, call this exposure therapy. And each time you use French, it's the same thing. Even in tiny little kind of doses of conversation, your nervous system will learn what I'm doing here isn't dangerous. And over time, that fear response starts to fade away. Tip number 5 is to focus on connection rather than perfection. The real aim in speaking any foreign language is not to have flawless grammar or a perfect accent. Of course, those things would be nice, but what's primary here is communication. If your neighbor understands you or you get what you need at the doctor's, that's a win, that's a success. Fluency, of course, will come with practice, but connection is really possible from day one. So if French makes you feel a little bit anxious, remember the following. Mistakes are actually good. Small steps count. Pauses are fine. Practice reduces fear, and connection matters more than perfection. Every conversation you have will help build your confidence, and before long, speaking French will feel natural.